Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday roast sessions here with the crew. What's up? What's up? Hey, you got your hat. You found it.
Yeah, I found it. Luckily, it was at my buddy Tom's house, and
So she had it all along. That's why you went to high. That's why you went there.
I had to
pick
go
up
and get
your
my hat back. I had to get my hat
Exactly.
back.
Shout out to Sweatshop. Well, hey, what do
Shout
you
out
guys
to
reckon about
Sweatshop.
this? What do you think about this three-way orientation?
I love a three-way.
Let's try this three-way. It's very,
Of course you do, Kat. Of course you
very
do.
CNN styles.
Yeah,
It's interesting. It's like video games, like when they like.
I like
slide
it.
down the characters.
Well, welcome everybody to the Sunday roast sessions, and a warm welcome to Sean all the way in Haiphong. How's the weather up there?
Not bad. You guys want to take a look? Let's see.
Yeah, show us.
What's in
So-
your crib? In your
Show
crib.
us. What's
There's
in
this
your
really
crib?
cool bridge that
today?
changes colors, and there's a little school over there.
It's still the same color, mate.
Yeah, it's actually pretty gray over here. And then this is like my hotel that I'm in for the week.
Oh, it's
So
only
that's
7 days, is it?
There's a dead body in there, and
woo! Yeah, you murdered her, didn't you? I know you did.
It was still
Yeah,
moving,
dude.
bro. Still moving.
but yeah, it's actually the weather is actually really cool, and there's this little interesting school. I'm not sure what kind of school it is, but it's like these old houses, and like all these little kids are running around playing soccer.
So you're stuck in the hotel. You can't get out of the hotel, or you're allowed to go out, but you.
Yeah, like they're pretty like they know that like I have the 2 vaccines. They know that like I've like got
How do
the
they know that, Sean?
showed them my green card, and
Did they
then
just look at it?
yeah, actually coming in, they made everyone stop, and then they checked all your documents, like the 2 vaccine paper or your green card, and then they had you fill out the CDC like paper declaration form, and then it was weird actually. They had us like waiting before only you can get in taxis to like get to your location, and you can go either to your hotel or your home, and then you have to home quarantine for 1 week. But it was really weird. I got in the taxi, and this guy just started taking off, and I'm like trying to talk to him, like, did out, like I know I did out, and like he's just like looks at me crazy and like just like driving like a wild man, and then like.
So you didn't even give him directions. He just kept driving.
No, and like I was like, I know I did kept saying, and he like looks at it and like looks away, and like, and then my girlfriend like calls him or like was on the phone, and like he's like not trying to talk to her, and I'm like, where the fuck are you going, dude? I'm like, what's, and then like he like gets to the hotel somehow, and then like flips out, has like a thing, and like he's like arguing about like me not being able to speak Vietnamese, and like arguing about like a COVID test, and then ended up he just like got in the car and left. I didn't pay for the taxi or anything, and like he was just in like a bad mood. It was so strange, but he somehow knew where to go. But it was weird.
Maybe that's where everyone's doing quarantine.
No, there's like, because you can go to your home, you can go to like, you can go anywhere.
That's
like
right, but you just gotta stay. You just gotta stay where your house is, right?
yeah, like they just
Interesting.
I think like a few days ago they changed it from having their quarantine camp to at-home quarantine. So yeah, so interesting. But yeah, no, I was able to go out today and go by the little police ward and eat a little food, and so.
Well, speaking of food, Lam goes, what's Sean cooking in Haiphong?
Was it Banda Kur?
Well, that's kind of cool. It's not so hardcore strict. At least it gives you the luxury to have quarantine in a place of comfort.
Yeah, and they're pretty relaxed on my girlfriend being here. So
Like,
it's Sunday, eh? I think there's cheeky ones in the fridge. Probably like 50K a beer, but let's see.
because I always thought this, Patty, because when they dedicate a hotel to quarantine, and people who fly in have to do the quarantine there, and obviously hundreds of people will be going in and out of this same hotel doing the quarantine. And I know they come in and they do the whole spray down and stuff like that. But I kind of feel, because it's a place where most of it is being infesting, and
Yep.
even though it's getting I guess a good spray down and shit, like hotels, like you hear those stories where I don't know about 5-star hotels, but some maybe the 3-grade hotels where the cleaners only have a certain number of minutes to turn over a room before the next person
it's
can
got to
check
be done
into it.
quick.
So the first thing they got to do first and foremost is like quickly change the sheets. And then I've seen like hidden cameras where they'll capture things where if it doesn't look so dirty, they just leave it.
Yeah.
Even
They're just like,
even the
"It's fine."
cups, even the 2 cups, they recommend you not to use the 2 cups inside the bathroom because not many people use that. And if they look at it and it's not really being used,
it's
they just
clear,
leave it.
yeah.
But who knows what it's been used for?
Do you guys use the cups in the bathroom?
Never.
I only use it to put my like toothbrushes,
Like
like
toothbrush.
that.
And,
Yeah.
I was looking at it earlier and I was like, toothbrush cup. Don't.
I never even use the cup that's next to the kettle.
Yeah.
I
And
always
when
drink straight out of the bottle.
we boil water from the kettle there, but I have to give it a good wash. Who knows what people's made stuff in there? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely should, but I don't know. I feel like since I've lived here, like cleaning things super thoroughly is like,
yeah.
no.
But even in like the cheaper hotels, like the 3-star hotels,
Yeah.
like when we go to places like, for example, Hue, when we first went up to Hue, I mean, there's it was very, very little 4 to 5-star hotel resorts. And we weren't going to spend time at a resort to be getting a
if you're not
5-star.
going to stay there long, just something
So
to sleep in.
we booked like a 3-star, which was I made sure it was secure, clean, but the water that they give you complimentary in the cheaper hotels is just some brand with a label smacked on this bottle.
It's
And
not even.
I've drank it
La
before.
Vie.
You taste
They're
this metallic shit in it,
It's
so you
horrible.
got to always go to Circle K and get proper water. So
It's horrible.
What would you say is like the worst water brand in Vietnam?
Worst?
Yeah, like
The green one. What's the green one?
Dasani.
Dasani.
Yeah, Dasani.
Dasani's
one-
like Pepsi or Coca-Cola, I think.
The taste of Dasani for me doesn't do it. There's something wrong with the taste.
When I first came here, I was on the La Vie's because that's what my friend was drinking, and then I sort of got used to it, and I didn't really try so many others.
Yeah.
Until I recently switched over to Iron Life Iron Life for the last
Iron Life
over 6 years ago, because JJ bought like this alkaline tester thing, and that one had a really good pH level.
Yeah.
And it's Japanese brand apparently, so but made here. And then since then I've always got an Iron Life. Aquafina's all right. I still feel I can taste the difference between Aquafina and Iron Life.
What about La Vie? Was it La Vie? Huh?
That's the first one I tried. Like all the waters taste different at room temperature too. By the way, when it's cold, you can't really taste.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the Aquafina. The Iron Life's okay. La Vie, not the biggest fan. Dasani, I think Dasani's all right.
Have you tried in Australia? It's super expensive. Fiji water. Patty, remember?
Oh my god!
But it's so cheap here.
Yeah, no, here it's cheap, but it's like the brand, the hot style brand of water, But
yeah, it's fairly expensive. It's fairly expensive back home. It's like $5 a bottle, I think. That mini
for like
bottle.
the small bottle too, like it's like $9 for like the even bigger one.
And the thing is, it's not even from Fiji.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Stupid name.
Hawaiian pineapple water.
If only it was specifically from Fiji at the the cold springs, hand-picked.
Speaking of your cold springs, Patty, I was in Switzerland in 2017. So this is coming straight off after Tomorrowland Festival. We went back to my cousin's place in France, Mulhouse, or how I thought I'll pronounce it was Mulhouse, because that's how it's pronounced. Spelled Mulhouse, but Mulhouse. And she's lived there all her life. But from her place, it's 20 minutes drive one direction to Germany border and the other 20 minutes to Switzerland.
That's cool.
So we went to Switzerland day trip and went there and had ice cream because they're famous for good ice cream. But their water is super good. Switzerland.
Clean,
Think about it. Yeah. So they have these various, like you go into like their walking street area and they've got all these fountains with little taps. And everyone brings like an empty plastic bottle and they'll fill up their bottle from the tap and drink from it. And I was like, hey, yo, drink that water. It's super clean, really, really good. So I went and had it, filled it up. I was like, man, that's good. It's cold from a tap.
Yeah.
Super good. Super good. Super clean. Switzerland. Love it.
Swiss. Isn't Switzerland famous for the chocolate too, right? Is it chocolate? Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're only there for the day, which is cool. And then we went over to this area across the German border and we just ate like it was a whole freaking meat fest, like just sausages, pork knuckle, sauerkraut. It was good. We should go to a German we should go to a German restaurant. Is Brotzeit still open? Brotzeit or whatever? It's closed.
I don't know. I think the one at M Plaza might still be. Oh no, that's closed too.
Yeah,
I think that's closed as well.
Like proper German dedicated food.
There's one. What's it called? Is it Belgo? That one. We've been to that one. Yeah, that's a German one, right?
Is it?
The one that sells the black burger, yeah. The black bun burger.
Is that good? Is that good, by the way?
Yeah.
Black bun burger.
Yeah.
How about this? When you get back, Sean, we'll do we'll go out and we'll do a like a vlog. We'll do the bun meated one, and then we'll do a burger one.
Burgers.
Yeah.
Oh God, burgers sound so good.
Yeah. and then we'll do a homemade burger one.
Ooh, we'll all make our own burgers or something.
Yeah. Because I've got all the sauces, man. I've got all the sauces here.
Yeah, Petey has so much sauce in his place that he could start a sauce shop.
Sauced up.
Yeah, he's all sauced up.
It's all sauced up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, this is the Sunday Roast Sessions here with myself, Patty, and Sean and Haifam. And just joining us now, Bunmi Mattai, all the way from Long An, I think he told us he was. We'll add him to the stream now.
He's in Long An.
Matty!
Yo. Can you guys hear and see me okay?
I can hear you, but I can't see you just yet.
All right, hang on. Let me reconnect this thing.
Okay.
I wonder what he just probably was like. I need to take a ride. I'm going on a ride.
Is he in some sort of like sex dungeon? Like,
there's some dark places out that far away out of town.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like he went to find a sex dungeon and just got trapped in it.
Okay, he's back. Okay, there we are. Good day, mate.
All right.
Hey, mate.
Hey, man. Great. It's so nice to be out of the city a little bit. Went for a long motorbike ride. Basically to the border of Long An. And I really took my time. So only, I don't know, probably like an hour and a bit, hour and a half.
Wow.
Thereabouts. Yeah. So just dropped off. I rode through a bunch of mud a second ago. So I just dropped off my bike to a motorbike wash place and thought I'd jump on the stream for a little bit.
Nice. How is it out there?
Yeah, it's real cool. Like I'm kind of like in town at the moment, so like this is kind of like the main street. So there's quite a lot of cars here. But a little while ago, I was like riding over bridges and stuff, and there's rice fields and buffaloes, and yeah, it's really nice to be just outside for a little bit, like out of District 1, out of Ho Chi Minh City,
out of the big buildings.
Are you staying overnight, or what are you doing?
No. I'll ride back. I'm actually on the way back right now. So I just crossed back into Nha Be, and yeah, so it's like basically the very, very southern tip of Nha Be at the moment. Yeah, I'll ride back. It's only going to take probably like 45 minutes on the way back because I'll go a little faster.
How's the roads? Any roadblocks or anything, or just normal?
Yeah, there was. So the first time I tried to get into Long An, there was a roadblock there, and the police officer said, not only do you need proof of vaccination, but you also need a negative PCR test. So the quick test won't do. But you need the PCR, and then I believe they let you through. However, then I tried going down another road with that was like a smaller road, and the roadblock on that one was probably like a kilometer into Long An.
Yeah.
So basically I rode through up until I got to the checkpoint, and then turned around and sort of explored around that area for a little bit. Like it's basically on the river, and then now I've sort of just started making my way back, and only like 20 minutes ago, turned around like 20 minutes ago. So yeah.
Nice little journey, Sunday sessions.
So all on
that's
tank,
it.
Yeah? You won't need to refill or anything, would you?
No, definitely not. I think the whole thing will be like half a tank, maybe if that.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Nice drive, eh?
It is really nice. Yeah, he kept walking when I sat down.
Off, mate. Keep walking,
keep walking, you gammon dog. No, but it's real nice to be out of the city. I would highly recommend it to anyone to sort of like. I know it's actually like a bit of a comfort zone now that we've been at home for so long. To basically just like don't even bother going out, like don't even go anywhere because it's like it just feels comfortable. But yeah, would highly recommend it. It's real nice to just go and explore a little. So I've been like driving down like little alleys and stuff and like dirt roads and stuff like that. So got out to the river a couple of times. There's like dudes fishing off like bridges and stuff. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
Well, next time when you feel the urge to do a solo ride, you want some company, let us know early.
Yeah.
And at least that way we can, if we have a destination that we choose, we can also I'll bring a camera and then maybe we can film at least a food spot or something that we can stop by. And
absolutely.
Whip up a quick little vlog or something.
Absolutely. I'd love that. I mean, look, it's the more the merrier. If you guys want to come along, that would be great.
Excellent. Cool.
What's happening on the roast session?
Well, we just got a catch up on Sean. I mean, he's got a dead body in his bed.
Oh yeah,
still moving.
Is it his dead body or someone else's?
Someone else's dead body.
Still moving, apparently. Can't see the face.
It's flinging once in a while.
Yeah.
I see.
Did you wear him out? Did you, Sean?
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead tired.
He's so tired. Matty, have you gotten any food on the way out there, or did you just get it on me? Or
yeah. So on the way down, I was super hungry, so I got bokha.
Oh.
And it was really good too. It had lots of chunks of big chunks of meat and stuff, and fresh vegetables. And because it's in District 7, I was riding through District 7 at the time. You can actually sit down at the table on the street like usual, which was real nice. I missed that a lot. Yeah, in D7, dining out is okay.
Yeah, D7 is a full bubble in their own. At this stage.
That's awesome. Yeah, everything's open here, so when I'm able to go out, I'm gonna. You guys might catch me.
Shisha lounges were open on the weekend,
Yeah, so many on the stories that I saw. Everyone's outside.
Everything's opening soon, really soon. So everyone's getting excited.
So we'll cut to a quick break. We'll come back with a couple of announcements. So don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Over in Haiphong. and Patty on the casting couch. So last night, boys, were a couple of milestones. Friday night, me and Patty completed 12 episodes of the Pretty Late Show.
Wait, whose music is that?
That's the stainless steel place across the street. It's their music. They're jamming out with the whirlybirds.
Nice.
Bit of karaoke going on. Hang on, I'll keep walking so it doesn't.
It's coming back to life. The karaoke's coming out.
I know all the sounds and everything.
Yeah.
So Friday night, Patty and I completed a milestone. We finished 12 episodes of the Pretty Late Show, starting with you, Sean, the very first episode on August 6th.
August 6th.
So a major milestone. There you go. All 12 eps, season 1. That's like 3 months.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So we're going to take a break next Friday, and I'll probably just whip up something to do like a real recap video of all those episodes. And then the following Friday back will be the start of Halloween weekend. So we'll start season 2 with Halloween weekend.
That'll be exciting.
Yes. And also last night I was part of a 13-hour live stream Nocturnal Animals Festival.
It was crazy.
I can't believe I was there. Pat came. He was on the stream.
Pat came in a little bit.
Pat came around what? 4 o'clock?
4-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
But it was good. Like
it's 1, right?
Started at 12, finished at 1. We had 13 DJs, 13 acts. You know, so I messaged because I know Maddie likes drum and bass. That's why I messaged the drum and bass section in there. From Alan Ritchie. So that was was it Alan Ritchie? Yeah.
No,
Alan Ritchie.
Alan Ritchie
Kiwi.
played house. Yeah, Kiwi played drum and bass.
Yeah, Kiwi. It was good. I can see a lot of potential in these sort of events because when we had Souza on Friday and Patty asked him a question like, what do you think the nightlife scene or the outing of nightlife will end up being? And Souza said the beginning parts, people will be excited to go out, like what Maddie's doing. He's excited to be out there again. And I guess being going out for a ride is different to going out to a club, because you go out to a club one time because you haven't been for a while, but how do you get these people to go again?
Yeah.
Like without using things like, hey, it's my birthday, I'm holding it at a club. You know, when someone's your birthday, that's when it is, you go there, you know? But like you want to still attract them to come out on any given night where there hasn't even be a reason to go out and they want to go clubbing again. You know what I mean?
Like
that's
before, it was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day.
Yeah. But and like if you knew whoever was at a club at a certain day, you didn't have to call them, you just go and then they'll be there, you know? Like Sean, always at a ladies' night. But yeah, that was that's the latest. So great milestone. I'll do up a tally on how many hours we've done for Quarantine Stream as well, and then when we get to a certain milestone, we should celebrate.
Celebration.
So
celebration, bitches.
Celebration, bitches.
That's right.
All right, so should we get onto this Science Sunday thing?
I can't wait for you guys to start discussing why flat Earth is a real thing.
No, I'm not saying it's a real thing. I'm saying that when I looked into it, it was interesting because, you know, if you have an open mind, it's still quite interesting to see why or the reasons where it came from, because it was what was believed before Einstein and friends, you know, introduced the heliocentric model of that we are on a spinning ball. Do you also realize, you know, the UN flag, the UN logo, the United Nations logo is a picture of flat Earth. It's the flat Earth, their logo. It's the flat Earth map.
Undeniable proof, that is.
I'm not saying that's proof, but I'm saying that's their logo. I guess the first thing I would ask you is this: either of you, Maddie or Sean, just give me. Let's just start with 5. Give me 5 reasons why the Earth is a ball, like a globe. Sean, you can go.
Again, 5 reasons why.
Yeah, like why? Like 5 proofs or 5 reasons from what you've been taught or what you know, or you know.
that the world is round?
Yeah.
Well, it seems from the pictures from space, the pictures I've seen from space, it seems like the world is circular. I guess that would be one reason.
Or spherical, you mean?
Yeah, spherical.
Okay, so pics.
That when you're on a boat, of course it looks like it's straight, but they seem to say that it's actually curving, so you can't see it. So it's kind of like it's going around.
Doesn't it just go further away?
spinning.
Anyway, okay. I say it's a curvature.
Yeah, the curvature.
Curvature, pics, and
the fact that the Earth has to keep spinning you get bit by a dog. Keep spinning to like keep the what is it called, like the momentum of the Earth going, or like it's got like the world's got to like spin. Like if it stayed still, everything wouldn't work. Is that right? So maybe because balls spin. So I can't think of
because the moon doesn't rotate. The moon doesn't
move.
The moon doesn't spin. It just rotates around the Earth.
And then,
but we only see one side of the moon. We've only always ever seen one side of the moon.
So the rotation of the moon is exactly the same speed as it going around the Earth. So basically, that's why it always looks static. Like it's synchronized somehow. It's synchronized with the Earth, basically.
So pics. So you said pics, curvature,
video. I mean, there's like videos from space and stuff that basically show that.
I would add to your list, Sean, and it's what we've been taught in school as well.
Right? Yeah, in school, that's what they teach you in school, that the world is round.
And I think the strongest point for the globe, for the heliocentric model of the globe, is pics from the satellite showing that it's a spinning ball or whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, the moon looks like it's spherical. So if that and all the planets look spherical, you would assume that Earth is more likely to be a sphere.
So,
just out of curiosity, what other subjects do we have for Science Sunday, guys?
Lots. So here's the thing. So it comes down to this question here. The physics law will be another reason why it's round and gravitates around. So see, not a lot of people know this, is gravity is still not proven. It's universal gravity is still a theory. We know how it kind of works. If you look it up, it says we know how it works. We know that there's some sort of a force, wave, and attraction to the core of the Earth, but they haven't been able to actually prove that. It's just a theory now, right? So until it's proven, then we have a more of an insight on gravity. But some of the things about flat Earth, the way they are saying it's flat is obviously they don't have space rockets to go up and do what NASA or any of the globe theory does, but they have observations from ground zero, according to little experiments you can do to see for yourself that on a natural flat plane, things would be the way they are. Like water is always level. Yeah. Water is always level, for one. And if we were on a spinning globe that was supposed to be spinning 1,000 miles an hour, 24 hours, 24 hours on its axis to create a day, going around the sun a year and spiraling through space,
the Earth, the universe,
with the sun and our galaxy at 1,000 miles an hour, right?
It would be like all over, right? You would think so.
That's where they would explain gravity supposedly holding all that together. And like you said, that momentum, like the gyroscope, where it keeps things together. So they said things like, if that is the case, then why, let's say if you're in a helicopter and you just hover up and you hover in that spot long enough, would the Earth move underneath you to get you to your destination? You know what I mean?
If it was spinning,
that's just one thing. Another thing is
because
I'll give you one more. When a plane is, I'm just telling you what they say. When a plane is flying at 30,000 feet, if the Earth is curved, it would have to continuously dip its nose down to stay the same height. Otherwise, if it keeps going straight, it'll go out of space, apparently. Do you know what I mean? Because the Earth is curved, and every 8 point something miles, it would have to actually do this, right? But on a plane, when they're in the plane, they don't have to dip. They're only always going straight.
feet, yeah.
And the horizon always comes to eye level. So on a flat plane, no matter how high you are, on the ground, on Everest or up high, you see the flat horizon come up. But if you were on a globe, you'd have to look down at the horizon. And all the photos they take up in the spacewalks are on a fisheye lens. That's why you see the Earth full curve.
It's always round. Yeah.
Another theory they said is, let's say if you go to Australia or some land on the bottom half of the hemisphere, right? If you were to dig a hole straight, hypothetically dig a hole straight, all the way to the core, and then when you come out the other side, would you be digging upwards to the other side?
That's a good question.
Would you be digging upwards to get out the other side?
You're already digging.
You know what I mean? Like if I dug down, I don't know where 2 points would be. Like let's say America's here and like some other countries here. If I dug straight down here all the way through, would I get to America that way? For example, you know what I mean by that. You know what I mean, yeah? Like if that was the ball and there was a country here and a country there, if I dug like that.
So what's the question?
The question is,
would it happen?
Would it happen?
Yeah, except that you can't dig through the ground because for a start, the mantle is liquid rock for a start, so you can't dig through that, and then the core is like solid iron, so you probably also can't dig through that, or you can't even get to it.
That's still a theory. No one has ever dug that deep. They've only got data from what they think it could be.
This is a lovely house. This is a really nice house. I'm just walking down like a random alleyway. This is a gorgeous house. It's really cool.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, real nice.
Oh, that's really cool.
So there was also this one flight.
Turn around and start heading back towards the bike.
There was this one flight path where it flew from New Zealand or Sydney, right? And it was on its way to LAX. And it needed to do an emergency landing.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd think when you look on the globe, map from Sydney, you would just like the route to LA is pretty much a straight line direct.
Yeah.
But the emergency stop, they swung up and stopped in Alaska. And when you look at when you look at the map on the globe, the path goes like this: Sydney, like this, and then detour to Alaska, and then to go back to LA, they come down like this.
Just like instant, like this.
Yeah, and then you think it would look closer for them to just do an emergency stop in LA if that was on the globe. But when you go on the flat Earth map, because the way it's out, I'll have to show the map. Alaska is actually on the way closer to LA, so it's like that's why it stops here, and then when you ask a lot of pilots about it, a lot of them don't really answer what they think of it. They just say, "Look, we follow this like a leveler thing on their radar."
Oh yeah,
they probably I suspect they probably don't have a lot of patience for this line of questioning. I reckon.
But they do say that they don't see a curvature because it's always flat to the leveler when they land. And according to NASA, Earth curves every 8 point something miles. So you have to see some sort of curvature. If you're up that high, you can see as far as the eye can see across the plains, and you should see curve. But you take a picture, put a ruler up, it's still flat.
Hello.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot more into it. Like things like, why do we see the same stars every night? Polaris is Polaris is the only star that we at every point on the Earth you can see Polaris, the North Star.
What's Patty doing?
I'm just listening to you guys.
What are you doing? What are you doing with your nose, bro?
Next one, Patty's good with the pyramid stuff, so we'll talk about the pyramid stuff next one. Like, look, I'm not trying to convince you guys that the Earth is flat. I'm not saying the Earth is flat myself either. I'm just saying that when I decided to just have a look at some actual decent documentaries on it, it was really interesting. And for me as a creator, it was really interesting to see this sort of outside of the box observation was thought, because if you only ever taught that from school and you weren't taught to question things, I don't think you're doing anything good with your life, because you're just like, yep, that's it, you're sheep. But if
you
you
got
don't
to look at
question
both
anything,
sides, or different sides, or
yeah,
different
even if you
views.
question it, doesn't mean you agree with it. You can question things and just go, that's fucking interesting.
Yeah.
You know, so
because for me, I never thought about flat Earth before until PD mentioned it to me, and then I looked into it, and I started reading some, because I've got a curious mind, so I want to know what's going on. So I'm not saying I agree that the Earth is flat. I'm not saying that I agree that it's round. It's just I'm just looking at it at both ways, where people are making some valid points on both sides, where I see it and I go, okay, cool. I'm not one to be like, no, this is it. The Earth is round. The Earth is round. Like, yeah, okay. That's for me. That's what I know from what I learned from school, from the photos that I've seen, from the videos that I've watched. The Earth is round. But when you've got other people also that's into science, and that's not just people making up theories. It's interesting. It's an interesting fact. It's like the pyramids, like Petey said. Like, when we start talking about the pyramids, I looked into that. I watched all the documentaries. I did all the readings. Like, that stuff is amazing. How it was built, how it was formed.
Do you believe that the sun is 93 million miles from us? That's what science says.
Yeah.
And on their theory, like, look, it makes sense. Like, the sun is huge, and for it to be that small from us looking at ground zero Earth, it has to be a way of a distance. But in the flat Earth theory, and there's a few pictures that is a little bit, I don't know what to believe, but they say the Earth is a lot more closer and smaller. The Earth and the Moon is local, because they believe that the sun isn't the center of the universe. We are the center of the universe. The Earth is the center of the universe.
Earth is like the
We're on
center.
that plane with a furnace, and everything revolves around us. No, it's true. I'm telling you, this is what they're saying. I'm not saying this is what they're saying. And I had the exact same reaction as you, Maddie. And I laughed at, and then I thought, why am I laughing at something I don't know about? At least look at it. And then
I think it's ludicrous for anyone to say that we are the center of the of the universe. Like how self-important and self-centered can you be? I mean, that's basically the definition of being self-centered.
I don't think it's self-centered, because we have no proof of what's out there. We have no proof that that's out there.
Who knows where the center is?
Yeah, we have no proof of what's out there. There's still all theories about.
I mean, science is the proof. That's the thing. That's what science is.
Yeah, but science also is about questioning things. Science is non-stop questions.
Isn't that what science is?
Science is non-stop.
Isn't that what science is?
Right.
Yeah, it's about questioning things.
Yeah. So until you can make the claim on your theory, then it's fact. But if it isn't, it's still questioning. We're still questioning things.
Like, I mean, we're still questioning whether the dead body on Sean's bed is alive. So until we see it, then it's fact.
It's science, you gotta.
And then I guess I mean, we'll sit down and watch this thing next time. But to wrap up this section, the next question that most people ask, and I ask the same thing. If it was flat, hypothetically, if it was flat, then why the fuck have we been lied? Why would they lie about this?
Yeah.
Why would they cover this up? What's the purpose? What's the benefit? What's the gains?
Yeah, circular Earth and flat Earth.
As you know, in any company, business, group, you have your hierarchy of leaders, your government, your state government, and then you have the people and your whatever. I'll tell you something, and this is fact. I don't have to have any proof of this. People at the very top aren't going to share all the information they know to you, or anyone above them, or what they have in store for us to come. Things like, why is Antarctica fenced off by a military base, signed by 20 countries in a treaty that no one is allowed to go beyond that point? Because there are things there. Drones are shot down. We aren't allowed to do specific things because for the greater good, like you said, you always say, Matt, for the greater good of the whole population, they have to keep things sustainable and going. Imagine if all truths were out.
Like Area 51.
The context of not being good to everyone and having to be in truth sounds good, but there's no balance in how they're gonna, thrive and continue on, because they need that sort of balance, so then they can have improvements. They can show this is what's happened. Here's the solution, or whatnot. So I feel. Look, this could be wrong. This is just my theory, but I feel that if they know something more than us, because we're so little, we're the minority, we don't have much control in trying to learn things like this or know what's going on. But I do feel that the Earth could very well be round, but I feel there's something else about it that we're not told.
That's why they have the two ideas or two theories.
They actually said it was Neil Tyson deGrasse, that scientist guy. He actually said it was like a kind of pear-shaped. He said because of its spinning, it became sort of overly pear-shaped. That's what he says it is. But
Big Bang Theory, boys. The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, do you believe in the Big Bang Theory? You reckon something exploded and suddenly we all just was there?
Or did we evolve from apes?
I don't think evolution. I don't think. I don't think evolution came from apes. I think they're just a different species, similar to us within a family group, and they just didn't evolve onto, making iPhones and riding bikes and whatnot.
If apes are still where they're at and there still are monkeys, why haven't they evolved even further into like another species of monkeys or Homo erecti?
What are you talking about, bro? Planet of the Apes.
Where's Mark Wahlberg when you need him?
I know, Planet of the Apes, man. But check out the screen that I shared with you guys. It says here that the Earth is reflecting less light. It's not clear if that is a trend or not, because apparently our planet is dimmed by 0.5% in 20 years. And they're saying there in the article that the amount of sunlight that the Earth reflects back into space, measured by the dim glow seen on the dark portions of the crescent moon face, has decreased measurably in the recent years. Our planet, on average, typically reflects about 30% of sunlight that shines on it. But new analysis says that the Earth reflectance has been declining in recent years.
Big Bear. Good ski resort.
Yeah, and by the looks of it,
Interesting.
The Earth's shine. Is it because of climate change, you reckon?
I would assume so.
A mixture of things.
Yeah.
But didn't they say they found some natural light coming out of the moon some years back?
That it wasn't just.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't reflecting, but it was actually light on the moon. There was little spots of it. You can get the Nikon PX900. I think it's PX900 or something, and you can zoom in the moon with that camera, like pretty close.
I've seen see like the craters and everything on it.
Well, not like full crater, but you can go pretty detailed look of it.
Yeah.
Like our technology will even get better on telescopes and stuff by that time for commercial use. Yeah, for us, we'll be able to go look for Neil Armstrong's freaking footprints if it's fucking there or not,
If they were really there.
Yeah. Space boots.
Awesome.
What do you think about the theory of that we never actually landed on the moon?
The moon?
And it was all like a setup and a green screen, and it was all just for the people.
And I'm just gonna say, like you have like 3 people and they're not able to keep a secret. Can you imagine an entire government organization not like being able to keep a secret as big as that?
That's why a lot of people went missing as well. Did you see the latest interview with those 3 when they did the anniversary of the moon landing?
No.
They weren't even happy about it. They weren't even excited.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to show it to you. And then when they interviewed Buzz, a little 4-year-old or 5-year-old asked Buzz, and I don't know if Buzz has become like too old or anything, but he was happy to be there at the school, and this girl goes to him, so why haven't we gone back to the moon? And he was like, everyone's like, photos are flashing, and Buzz is like, well, we didn't really go there, but I mean, that was what he actually said. We didn't really go there. I mean, and then he said something else, and people were like, okay. And then a lot of people were defending, saying, oh, he's just old. But if you're just old, why would you say we didn't really go there?
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, because we already went there once. Why do we have to go back? Like, ooh.
I want to know how did how were they able to use a landline telephone and speak to the guys up in the moon from the White House on that landing? That's what I want to know. Yeah.
Satellites, right?
Hey dudes, my batteries are running out, so I'm gonna bounce. But enjoy the rest of the stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Cheers, Matty. Ride
All right.
safe.
Take care riding back, man.
Cool. Matty couldn't handle the conspiracies.
We got it.
His gears were grinding.
Years of grinding. I love this stuff. Like, it's so fascinating. You know, like I feel sorry for people who are like, what do you waste your time with that for? Because they're so one-sided, one belief,
Yeah.
and they feel that because they need like this extra information is either a waste of time for them, or it's too challenging for them. I think.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe being a creator, I love it because I rather, like my favorite quote, wonder than one that is closed by belief.
Mm.
So,
Also, for the people watching, you know, just because we talk about this, it doesn't mean that we believe in it. We're merely discussing the possibilities of both sides. You know, considering it's science, science stands for, you know, questioning things and how we actually got there. Exactly. It's how we got there. Science is all about finding out facts. You know, experimentation. That's what it is. It's not about one person knowing what happened. It's majority of it is actually all it's based on theory, right? Like Petey said, how do we know the sun is that far? How do we know it's that big, considering no one has ever traveled there? It's like me claiming, hey, you know, like Vung Tau is 95,000 kilometers away, but that's just a theory.
Yeah.
But technically, it's only 70 kilometers away because I've been there. So, you know, for us to talk about this, it's merely just a curious mind. We want to know what could be, what's the other side, what's the possibilities.
It's an idea.
Exactly. And you know, when we look at articles like this where it says the moon landings were fake, and you know, Petey brought up some good facts in regards to, you know, those good, like Buzz being questioned, governments being questioned. It's normal to question things, right? Like, for example, it says here, doubters say the U.S. government, desperate to beat the Russians in the space race, faked the lunar landings because everyone was gunning for that first position to be in space, with Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, acting out their mission on a secret film set, either high in the Hollywood Hills or deep within Area 51. Again, Area 51 is another thing that we could go into.
Area 51.
Why are they hiding it? Why is it all top secret? There's a lot of questions, and if you have a curious mind like I do, you're going to question things. And it says there, with the photos and videos of the Apollo mission only available through NASA, there's no independent verification that the lunar landings were anything but a hoax.
Yeah.
So there's a really cool point here. It says that a film of Buzz Aldrin planting a waving American flag on the moon, which critics say proves that he was not in space because the flag's movement, they say, clearly shows the presence of the wind, which is impossible in a vacuum.
Yes.
When you're in space, that shouldn't happen. But why is it waving like you're out in the beach?
But then they tried making excuses that it was like wires in the flag and shit like that.
It's funny too, also because they said that NASA. This is what NASA says, right? NASA says Aldrin was twisting the flagpole to get the moon soil, which caused the flag to move. See, that to me doesn't even make any sense. Why would you use a flagpole to get moon soil when you have equipment to pick up moon soil?
Exactly.
And it says
It's-
here, never mind the astronauts have brought back hundreds of independently verified moon rocks. So if you're gonna lie, at least make it a believable lie.
And
At
you know
least
what?
try.
They say it's the fact that in normal human interaction, if you were true and you're truthful, you don't need to cover up anything. You won't get questioned. If things were truth, you just don't get questioned.
Yeah,
Right?
people believe
But
it.
when things don't add up like this, it's just So Stanley Kubrick as well was brought in to help that with that production. And there's so many things that don't add up. Like they ask, why can't we go back to the moon? They say, oh, because we lost the technology and the data that we had to get up there. Now, supposedly, there's the Orion radiation belt that sits between low Earth orbit and the moon. So crossing that is severely dangerous. And they're like, well, how did the boys get past it
how did
last
they
time?
do
They
that?
said, well, they seem to be okay now. Or now they're using that it could have affected them for long-term effects. So that things they say now is going to be a write-off. See, there's always ways to cover things up.
Yeah.
It's
There's a
ridiculous.
cover up story for something,
Sean, did you ever look into the pyramids?
Like what about the pyramids? Like how
as
they
in, like, if you
It's not
have a look at it,
it's not man-made kind of thing.
like it's
Or could
not
be.
man-made, and like how they made it, how they placed all those those big ass rocks in
the
perfect
theories
symmetry.
of how they were made just didn't make any sense to me, because
correct.
back then, to like how tall they are and how much the stones weighed, and just the ideas, it seems like an impossible way of how they put
Well, they wouldn't be able to do it the same way with today's technology.
Yeah.
And
So imagine
how
that,
perfect they were.
So there was a rock, there was a guy that was specializing in rock and cement and like architecture, and he was saying he was studying the pieces of rock, those big blocks, right? And he said on this study that even in today's society, with all the equipment that we have, all the forklifts, all those cranes, all the technology to cut these rocks, it would still take us practically the same amount of time that it took them to put it up with today's technology. So imagine what they had to cut those rocks with. And they cut them perfectly, right? They were perfect blocks. And when they put them all together, the gaps, they measured all the gaps all the way to the top, and they were all perfect. And also the tip of the point of the pyramids were all aligning to a specific star.
Right? Like, how do you do that? Like
how can you
back
do it?
then, there had to be some other help or some other presence.
Yeah. I'm not saying aliens did it. I'm not saying, other human beings did it, but it's an amazing feat. That's for sure. But my question is, again, the curious mind, how did they do it?
Yeah.
The world may never know.
Yeah.
But there's ideas and theories, and we can always question it, and that's the fun of science and the fun of today,
Here's a good quote from Mark Twain. He says, "It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled."
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Mark Twain. Is that Shania Twain's husband?
It's so it's not just like the conspiracy theories that come out with these things, but like you get singers that will quote things in their music as well. Like, remember Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Californication song?
Yeah.
There's that bit where it goes, space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
Yeah.
Lines like that, And the Simpsons are always there. They're always mocking things like that. Like, these are kind of like the little subtle whistleblowing, I guess, kind of bits that people sort of try and put out. And again, like you said, people question, why would they lie? And it's like, well, they wanted to beat Russia to get to the moon. So they whipped it up. And now, let's say they couldn't do that, and then Russia did get to the moon, or America wasn't the first. Where would America be in terms of ranks? They needed that superpower to be the best
Mm.
kind of thing, to have that sort of, okay, we got the technology, we got there first.
We made it first. We're ahead of the race. We're number one. Because it is a big statement.
Fake it till you make it, mate. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
But interesting facts.
I think we go deeper into the pyramid one next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to hear Matty
Those are
I's
super interesting.
reactions on the pyramids.
Because even they had in their you know how they have all those what's the word for all the drawings they have on their walls? There's a specific word, I can't remember.
The hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics, yeah. So even they had what they believed the shape of the earth, and it was like a dome, because they had it on the grounds on the plains. You see the pyramids there and everything, and they had Polaris on top, and they had the sun and the moon within that. So their pyramid is in direct alignment to the stars. It's not off by a bit. Like when you take a bird's eye photo of that, it's exact. So maybe they know something that we didn't. So
Or they were communicating with someone that we don't.
Or maybe they were the first of the I don't know, alien race.
Could have.
There was something also about the mummifying, right? That wasn't something recently came out that it's not what we were even taught back in school, where like various kings would be wrapped and mummified to preserve body. But that was just like a novelty thing they just did for stories, I was told.
Yeah.
That it wasn't what it's not what we were told in the history of Egypt and the pharaohs and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. All this stuff is coming out.
There's a lot, man. There is a lot.
Truth will prevail. Truth will prevail. Awesome, boys. Oh, look, there's a question from Matt Cole. We'll do that in another time too. Where is MH370?
That's a good one too. Like I was actually talking to a friend about this.
Some great theories on that one.
That's a definite good one that we can look into for sure.
We can do it for the forestry, and we can look into that one as well. So this week we're gonna have a little look.
Yeah, stay tuned for that one, because I've got a lot of saucy gossip.
Saucy
on that one.
Cool. All right, lads. Reached our hour of power. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the Sunday roast. Didn't get to roast anyone, but we kind of tried to roast Matty. Grinding his gears.
He did.
I think he grinded his gears a little bit.
He used his batteries as excuse.
Shorty, stay backstage. We want to see this dead body. And for the rest of you guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Sunday Funday. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly.